Good morning. Good morning, everyone. This is Kim from the Forever in Motion team. So I am here this morning to do our Forever in Motion live exercise class. So I don't know how long all of our followers have been here. So last year at Christmas, we did the 12 days of fitness. And so every day we added, or I guess every weekday for 12 days in December, we added a new move into the mix. And so this year we didn't do that. It got away from us and we didn't get a chance to plan that this year. But I thought it would be fun to redo that 12 days of fitness class. And so if you were around last year, I think I did it on December 22nd as a live that day. And I thought it would be really fun to do that again. So that's what we're going to do today. I have a few people who have joined. Thank you for joining this morning. So we're going to do the 12 days of fitness this morning. So what we're going to do is we're going to sing it just like the regular song. But know that as we're doing it, as we get closer to 12, there's going to be a lot of reps involved in what we're doing. So you choose if your body starts to get tired. You can choose to do the movements without your band. You can choose to not do the movements and just sing along and then join in when you want to, which is absolutely perfect. So there's a few things that you're going to need this morning. You're going to need a wall space. And so you can see I've just got a little bit of wall space below my TV that I can use because we are going to be doing wall push-ups. And then you're also going to need a chair. We always need a chair for class. The reason why we always use a chair is for safety, right? And we just want to make sure that, there's some days that your balance isn't as good as others. And so we always want to make sure that you have a chair or a sturdy couch or something that you can hold on to in case your balance starts to change or you lose your balance, and you can grab onto that. And then you will also need a band. You can't quite see it, it's green on my chair there. You will need a band. Let me just look and see. You can do almost all of these with weight as well if you would prefer, but a band is what I'm going to be showing this morning. And then you can't quite see it, it's right beside the little Bugs Bunny there. I have a water bottle. So we will have breaks to drink water as well. So whether you're going to watch live or you're joining afterwards, I hope that you are feeling a little bit of the Christmas spirit, and I hope that some of these things help. So let's just get started. We'll start with a little warm up and then we'll move on from there. So I'm going to stand up. As usual, we have the chair. I'm just going to move my chair a little bit to the side so you guys can see me. Now, at home, you're going to be standing behind your chair. And we're just going to start with a simple march. Roll those shoulders back and down. Your hand can be on the chair for balance or not. It's up to you. Roll those shoulders back and down. And get that body moving. Yes. Swing those arms. If you're not holding onto your chair, you can start swinging your arms. If you're holding on with one hand, you just swing with the opposite and then you would switch. So just swinging those arms for our warm-up. Good. All right, let's take this march and let's move to a step touch. So we're just going to step, touch, step, touch. My hands are going to go to the opposite side just to get a little bit of movement in that lower body as well as that upper body. We're just warming up, so we don't need to be going super fast yet. But if you would like to be going faster than I am, you're welcome to do that. If you're like, nope, I'm not going that fast, and you would like to go slower, you're welcome to do that as well. So just choose the pace that works the best for you. Yes, good. Take some nice deep breaths. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this warm-up because there's lots of work to do this morning. All right, and march it out. Let's just do some V steps because those are going to come up this morning. So we're going to start here. We're going to step out, out, in. So we're creating that V with our feet. Again, you can be holding onto the chair if you need it or if you want it. And I would prefer if you were behind your chair to make sure that the chair is there in case you need it. That's why we do our exercises with the chair. Forward, forward. Now you've noticed this whole time I've been leading with this leg. Yes? So now when we come back to the middle, I want to lead with this leg. Yes. Just to get both of them really, truly warmed up. Yes. Good. Swinging those arms again. Good. Oh, I'm getting too close. You can't even see me. Hold on. There we go. I wanted to set up a little differently today so you could see my Christmas tree. So it's a little different, but it still works. Let's do 2 more. And last one. All right, and let's march it out. Okay. Roll those shoulders back and down. Let's just open up through our chest and come back together and open up and together. One more time. Open up. And come together. Okay, so I hope that you've warmed up your singing voice because we are going to start. So, the 12 days of Fitmas. And I really hope that I remember to say Fitmas instead of Christmas. So, you guys can sing along with me. I'm going to turn my chair to the side because the first one we're going to use that chair for. So, on the first day of Christmas, the Fim team gave to me a squat with a sturdy chair. So we're standing behind our chair. We're just going to stick our bum back for that squat and come back up. Okay, so the depth of your squat doesn't matter. I just want those knees to stay behind those toes, that chest and that head to stay up. So that was day 1. So I'm going to bring this chair around. On the second day of Fitmas, the Fim team gave to me 2 chin tucks. You guys remember what a chin tuck looks like? Finger is going to your chin. You're keeping your eyes on the horizon, and you're just going to bring that chin back and bring it forward and back and bring it forward. And a squat with a sturdy chair. I'm going to hold on to the side of my chair, come into that squat, chest and head stays up, and come up. All right, that was number 2. Let's move on to number 3. You're going to need your band for this one. On the 3rd day of Fitmas, the Fim team gave to me 3 back rows. So that band is going to go up under your feet. You can put your toes down or keep them up. It doesn't matter. Those hands are going to be at the side of your legs. Your thumbs are at your knees. Shoulders are rolled back and down. You're just going to run those thumbs up to your hips. Poke those elbows back and bring them back together. We're only doing 3. So 2. And 1 more. And down. All right, I'm just going to leave my band there. 2 chin tucks. Here we go. Bring it back. Together. Back. And forward. And a squat with a sturdy chair. My chair is never in the right spot. Okay, so here we go with that squat. Down and up. Okay, good. On the 4th day of Fitmas, the Fim team gave to me 4 wall push-ups. So find that wall. You're going to set those hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. Your feet can be close to the wall or farther away from the wall. The farther your feet walk away from the wall, the harder it's going to be. And you're just going to lower yourself towards that wall and then push away 4 times. 2. Keeping that core tight. 3, keeping a straight line with that body. 4. All right, do you remember 3? 3 back rows. So set up for that back row. That band is underneath your feet. Hands are at the side. You can have a slight forward lean on this one. You don't have to though. Our thumbs at the knees. Shoulders are back and down. Reach those elbows, poke those elbows back and come down. 2 more. 2. And last one, 3. Now I'm just going to leave that right there. 2 chin tucks. Bring that chin back and forward and back and forward. And a squat with a sturdy chair. Hopefully you guys are singing along. Okay, set that bum back and come up. Perfect. All right. On the 5th day of Christmas, the Fim team gave to me, are you ready? 5 sit-to-stands. Okay, so a sit-to-stand. You're coming towards the front of your chair. You're going to walk those feet back so your toes are directly below your knees. Your hands can be on your thighs or on the chair. And what we're going to do, keeping that head and that chest up, we're just gonna come up to about a half stand, and then we're gonna sit back down. That was 1. And up, head and chest stay up, and down. Here's 3, and down. Good. 4, and down. You should feel it in those legs. Last one, up, and down. All right. 4 wall push-ups. Here we go, back to the wall. Setting those hands. Those feet are as far from the wall as you would like them to be. Can you see me if I go here? There we are. We're gonna come down. I can't go very far because my TV's in the way. 2, making sure that that bum isn't sticking out or sagging. 3, and last one. 4. You remember what 3 is? 3 back rows. Okay, I'll turn my chair a little bit. So again, picking up that band, it's underneath those feet, shoulders are back and down, hands are at the side, our thumbs are at those knees. Here we go, run those thumbs up to your hips, poke those elbows back and down. 2, and down, and last one, up and down. All right, 2 chin tucks, finger goes on that chin, bring that chin back and forward. It doesn't matter how far back you go, just that you're bringing that chin away from that finger, okay? And a squat with a sturdy chair. Okay, ready? You got that chair? Here we go. Squat and up. Okay, we're on to number 6. Actually, let's have a drink break. What do you guys think? Let's have a drink break. This isn't taking as long as I thought it would, which is good. Okay. Grab a drink of water. All right. Hopefully, I'm not going too fast. Am I going too fast? You guys, if I'm going too fast, comment on here and let me know that I'm going too fast and then I can slow down. Okay, so number 6 is bicep curls. So you need to have your band again. Okay, so on the 6th day of fitness, the FIM team gave to me 6 bicep curls. So it's 6 total, so we're gonna do 3 on each side. So have that band under one foot, palm is facing forward, elbow is tucked close to the body, inside of that elbow is forward. All right, and we're gonna bring it up. 1, 2, and 3. Now switch to the other side. So that band goes underneath the opposite foot. Again, palm is facing forward, inside of that elbow is facing forward, elbow is close to the body, shoulders are back and down. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. All right, and I'm gonna leave my band here in front. Do you remember what 5 is? 5 sit-to stands. All right, so coming close to the front of that chair. I'll turn sideways this time. Maybe that's better for you guys to see. So my bum is close to the front of the chair. I'm gonna walk those feet back until my toes are below my knees, but my feet are flat on the floor. Hands are gonna go to those thighs or onto the chair. Chest and head stay up, and here we go. We're gonna go up and down. So control it all the way up, not all the way up, halfway up, and all the way back down. Don't let yourself fall back into that chair. And down, 2 more, 4, and down, last one, up, and down. All right, 4 wall push-ups. Here we go, to the wall you go. Okay, setting those hands, making sure that that core is tight, that body stays straight. Don't stick the bum out, don't let it sag. Here we go, 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. 3 back rows. All right, get that band up under those feet. Now your toes could be up. Sorry, I got hair. Your toes could be up or down, doesn't matter here. Hands are at the side of those knees, shoulders are back and down, core is strong on this, right? Run those up, squeeze those elbows back and down. Up down, one more, up, and down. Good, you can leave that band there. 2 chin tucks. Okay, so finger goes to that chin. Bring that head away from that finger. One more time, back and forward. And a squat with a sturdy chair. Okay, so grabbing onto this. Head and chest stay up. You can be behind your chair. I'm just staying to the side so you can see me. Coming down and up. Good. Okay, that was number 6. Okay, moving on to number 7. 7 doesn't require any equipment. On the 7th day of fitness, the FIM team gave to me 7-step touches. All right, start at one side. You're behind your chair. I'm just to the side so you guys can see me. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, what was 6? 6 bicep curls. So sitting in your chair, grabbing onto that band again. One end is underneath one foot. Other end is in your hand. Inside of that elbow and palm are facing forward. Beautiful posture on this. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Elbow is tucked close to that body. We're doing 3 on each side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Switch to the other side. So the other side, that band goes underneath that other foot. Palm is facing forward. Inside of that elbow is forward. Shoulders are back and down. Elbow is tight, not tight, close. Here we go. Up. 1. Keep that wrist in line with your elbow. Don't bend it. 1 more. Good. Remember 5? 5 sit-to stands. All right, so coming close to the front of that chair. Walking those toes back so that they are directly below those knees. Hands are here or here. Chest and head stay up. Ready? Here we go. Up. 1 and down. And 2. And down. 3. Down. 4. And down. And 1 more time. Up. And down. All right. 4 wall push-ups. Here we go. Coming back to your wall. Making sure that your body is staying straight on these push-ups. Hands are at about shoulder height. Here we go. Down and up. Now, the farther you are away from the wall, sometimes your heels can't stay on the floor anymore, and that's okay. 1 more. 4 and away. All right. 3 back rows. Okay, so grab that band, putting it up under those feet, setting that beautiful posture. Shoulders are back and down, hands are at the side, my thumbs are at my knees. I'm going to run them up towards my hips, poke those elbows back, squeeze your shoulder blades down and together. Good. 2. And 1 more. 3. Good. Set that down. 2 chin tucks. All right. Finger on that chin. Here we go. Straight back. Keep those eyes on the horizon. Don't look up or down. And last one. Good. And a squat with a sturdy chair. Okay, got that chair? Keeping that chest and that head up. Here we go. Down and up. Good. Okay, moving on to number 8. I need a drink before we move on to number 8. Give me a minute here. Okay. You need your band for this one. On the 8th day of Christmas, the FIM team gave to me 8 tricep extensions. So that means 4 on each side. So I want you to take that band in the middle of, your hand is in the middle of the band. You're going to take that hand and cross it to the opposite side of your chest. The top of that band you can get rid of. The bottom, you're going to have that elbow close to your body, creating at least that 90-degree angle. You can have it up higher if you want more work. The closer your hands are together, the more work you're going to get. We're just going to straighten and up. Straighten and up. 3 and up. Last one. 4 and up. All right, now we're going to switch to the other side. So you're going to change that band to the middle the middle of the band into the other hand, coming across to the opposite side of your chest. Top of that band you can get rid of. We're just going to use the bottom. Tucking that elbow in close to your body. Hands can be close. Here we go. Straighten and up. 2 and up. 3 and 1 more. 4 and together. All right, now I'm going to lay mine just down here because we're going to need it down there in a moment. All right, do you remember 7? 7-step touches. All right, up we get behind that chair. Doesn't matter which side you start on. Here we go. Step, touch, step, touch. You can do whatever you want with your hands. 4 and 7. Okay, 6 bicep curls. So coming back to your chair, we're gonna do 3 on each side. So you're gonna take this band and have one end underneath one foot. You guys know this already. Other end is in that hand. Elbow and palm are facing forward. Inside of your elbow is facing forward, up. That hand is just coming up towards your shoulder. 2, 1 more, 3, and down. All right, switch to the other side. I know it seems ridiculous, only 3 on each side, but by the time we're done, those 3 are gonna add up. So shoulders are back and down, elbow is tight. Here we go, up. 2, and last one, 3, and down. Perfect. All right, remember 5 sit-to stands. Okay, finding that place on your chair so your bum is close to the front. Walking those feet back so those toes are directly below those knees. Hands are here or on the chair. Chest and head stay up. Here we go, up and down. Pushing through your full foot on this, not just your heels. 2 and down. 3 and down. 4 down. One more time. Up and down. Okay, give those legs a shake. 4 wall push-ups. Here we go. Over to this wall. Spread. Taking those hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. Coming down and up. Core is tight. Down. If you can get your face really close to the wall, that's awesome. Just remember that form. 4 and come back. All right, I wish I had a better place to do my push-ups. All right, so 3 back rows. Okay, here we go. Setting that band underneath those feet. Hands come to the side. Shoulders are back and down. Core is tight. Hands or thumbs are at the side of our knees. Here we go, up. Squeeze at the back. 2. And one more time, 3. Perfect, and then you can drop that down. 2 chin tucks. I'll turn to the sideways side for this one again. You guys can stay forward. Bring it away from that finger and forward. And away and forward. Good. And a squat with a sturdy chair. Here we go. Hand on that chair. If you're behind the chair, both hands can be there. Down and up. All right. Okay, I need another drink here. So this is the point where I'm going to remind you that if your body is starting to get tired, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 left. If your body is starting to get tired, you can do the movements without the band. You can choose not to do the movements. You can just watch and then join in when we have a new movement. Or if you're still good to go, great, we'll keep going. Definitely have some water though. All right. We're on number 9. On this one you don't need equipment for. On the 9th day of Christmas, the FIM team gave to me 9 hamstring curls. All right, so I'm gonna turn to the side so you guys can see. If you've got your chair in front of you, that's perfect. What we're going to do is we're going to bring that heel up towards our bum. That knee is pointing straight down. That's 1. 2, we're gonna alternate legs. 3, 4, 5, 6, that kneecap stays pointing straight down. 7, 8, and 9. But remember which leg did more this time because we're gonna start on the other leg next time, okay? So that was 9. Now 8 tricep extensions. So picking up that band, hand goes in the middle of that band, hand goes to the opposite shoulder. You can get rid of that top, unless you would like to double up your band and then it would stay there, but I'm not going to. So elbow is tucked in, hands can be really close together if you want more work, but at least at that 90-degree angle. All we're gonna do is straighten. We're just doing 4 on each side. 2, 3, and last one, 4. Good, now switch to the other side. So you're gonna take that band, switch it to the other hand, goes across to the opposite shoulder, and throw that top over. You guys don't have to be turning sideways in your chair. I'm just turning sideways so you can see me. Elbow is tucked in close to that body. Here we go, down and up. 2, 3, and last one, 4. Good. All right, do you remember what 7 is? 7-step touches. All right, here we go. I'm gonna start on this side this time. 7 of them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That one's easy, right? We got that one. Next time I might make you do doubles. We'll see. Okay, 6, 6, bicep curls. Here we go, having that band. One end underneath that foot. Grab it on, palm is facing forward, inside of the elbows forward. Beautiful posture, core is tight. Bringing that hand up towards the shoulder. 3 on each side. 2, and 3. And down, perfect. Switch to the other side. Underneath that other foot. Setting yourself, elbow is close to the body, palm is facing forward, shoulders are back and down. Beautiful posture. 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. All right, drop that band. Remember 5? Of course you do. 5 sit-to-stands. Hopefully at this point you're starting to sing with me. Okay, sit-to-stands. Bring that bum close to the front of the chair. Toes are coming back, so they're underneath those knees. Hands are on your thighs or on your chair. 5 sit-to-stands. We're gonna go halfway up. Here we go, up and down. And up and down. 3 and down. 4 and down. One more time, up and down. All right, I don't know about you guys, but my legs are starting to feel all those sit-to-stands. All right, remember 4? 4 wall push-ups. Here we go. Walking as far away from that wall as you would like to. Setting those hands, lowering down, keeping that body straight. 2, 3, and 4. There we go, back. All right, 3 back rows. Okay, so having that band up underneath those feet. Oh, there we go. Beautiful posture. Hands at the side, knees or thumbs on those knees. Shoulders are back and down. Here we go. Squeeze at the back and come forward. Back and squeeze. And forward, and one more. Back and squeeze. And forward. All right, you can just leave that there. 2 chin tucks. Finger goes to that chin. Here we go, back. You're creating that double chin. It's perfect. And forward. And back. And forward. Perfect. And a squat with a sturdy chair. Here we go. Hand or hands are on that chair. Chest and head stay up. Bringing that bum back for that squat. And coming up. Okay. We're on number 10. Number 10, you can do standing or seated. Number 10 does not need equipment. That's the word I'm looking for. It does not need equipment. All right, so I'm gonna stand up. On the 10th day of Christmas, the FIM team gave to me 10 shoulder rolls. Okay, so we're gonna start with 5 forward and then we're gonna do 5 back. So we're just gonna roll forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should feel really good. Let's go backwards now. 1. Oh, that feels so nice. 2, 3. Make big rolls. 4, and last one, 5. All right, 9 hamstring curls. Now start on the other leg this time. So I'm going to start on the leg furthest away from the camera. Ready? Here we go. Up, and then the other one. 2. So you're trying to keep that knee pointing straight down, and you're getting that heel as close to the bum as you can. 7, 8, and 9. All right. Remember 8 tricep extensions. So we're gonna have 4 on each side. So hand comes to the middle of that band. Going across to the opposite side of your chest. I'm just turning sideways so you guys can see me. Tucking that elbow in. We're gonna just extend down. 1, 2, yes, 3, and 4. Perfect. Switch to the other side. So other hand in the middle of that band. Going across to the opposite shoulder. Tucking that elbow in. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. That was 8. Now it's 7 step touches, but we're gonna do like 7 full ones, so it's gonna be 14, because 7 just didn't feel like enough last time. I hope you agree with me. Here we go. So your chair is here. You can have those hands going to the opposite side. That's 1, 2. I really do have to count this time though. 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that was 7. Yes, okay, that felt better than just the half and half. Okay, remember 6? 6 bicep curls. So 3 on each side. So that band is on, one end is under your foot, other end is in your hand, or closer together if you want more work. Shoulders are back and down, core is tight, elbow is close. You're just gonna bring that palm up to your shoulder and down. 2, keeping that wrist strong. Up and down. Okay, that's quick. Let's switch to the other side. So other end goes underneath that foot. Setting those shoulders back. Having that beautiful upright posture. Your core is tight. Here we go. Up. 2. And 1 more. 3. And down. Perfect. Okay, remember 5? Of course you do. You're singing it with me, right? 5 sit-to-stands. All right, the front of that chair. Toes are coming back, so they're directly below your knees. Hands are either here on your thighs or here on your chair. My legs are like, why? But we can do this, right? We got this. Here we go. Up and down. Good. Up and down. There's a little bit of a pause at the top, right? Up and down. That was 3, I think. 4 and down. Last one. Sorry if we've done one too many. And down. Okay, shake those legs out. 4 wall push-ups. Here we go. Coming to that wall. Setting those hands. Making sure that core is tight. Gonna lower and push away. Lower and push away. Lower, push away. Lower and push away. All right. 3 back rows. Here we go with those back rows again. Setting that band up under those feet. You guys are going to know how to do every single one of these so good because of the repetition. All right, shoulders are back and down. Hands are at the side. Thumbs are on your knees. I couldn't think of the word. Thumbs. Here we go. Run those thumbs up to your hips. Squeeze back and down. 2 and down and 3 and down. All right, 2 chin tucks. Maybe I had that melody wrong. Back and together. I'm not even sure anymore. Back and forward. All right, and a squat with a sturdy chair. All right, here we go. Squat and up. Okay, that was number 10. We got 2 more, but I need a drink. Hold on. All right, number 11 is standing. You don't need any equipment for this one. I should have said as well, anything that we're doing standing, you can also do in the chair. You don't need to do them standing, just if you can do them standing, I would like you to. So, on the 11th day of Christmas, the FIM team gave to me 11 V steps. We did them in the warm-up, all right? So we're gonna do 6 on this side and 5 on this side. Leading with this foot, here we go. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Yes. 2 more on this side. And last one. Now, when you come back together, you're going to lead with the other foot. So, yes. And back. Forward. Good. 3. You can add a little jazz into it if you want. And last one. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So that's your V steps. 10 shoulder rolls. 5 forward and 5 back. Here we go. 1. Exaggerate that roll. It feels really nice. 3, 4, 5. Now 5 backwards. Yes. Normally when we're teaching a class, we don't count out loud, but I want to make sure that we're doing the right number here. 5. Good. All right. Do you remember what 9 was? 9 hamstring curls. So I'm going to start with my leg closest to the camera this time because I'm going to do more on this leg. So here we go, 9. So that knee is pointing straight down and you're flexing that foot and bringing that heel up as close to your bum as you can get. 5, 6, 7, 8. One more and 9. Perfect. All right. 8 tricep extensions. So I'm going to sit in my chair for this. Grab your band. So again, your hand is in the middle of that band. You're going to cross to the opposite side of your chest. Elbow is tucked in. We're doing 4 on each side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. One more. 4. Good. Now switch to the other side. So that band is going to go into that other hand. Reaching across, or coming across to the opposite shoulder. Tucking that elbow in. At least at that 90-degree angle. Those hands can be closer together if you want more work. Yes. 2, 3, and last one. 4. Perfect. I'm just going to lay my band right there. 7-step touches. All right, we're doing the full 7 this time. So it doesn't matter which side you start on. All right, here we go. Hands go to the opposite side. That's 1. 2, you can bop along to some music in your head if you want. 4, again, if I'm going too fast for you, that's okay. You just slow it down and you go your own pace. And that's it. That was number 7. Okay, I tried to count and talk at the same time and I think I did it right. Okay, 6 bicep curls. 3 on each side. So grabbing onto that band. One end goes under one foot. Same side hand is going to grab onto the other end of that band. Inside of your elbow is facing forward. Elbow is close to your body. Palm is facing forward. We're just going to bring that palm up to your shoulder and bring it back down. 2. And 3. Good. Switch to the other side. Shoulders back and down. Here we go. Up. 2. And 3. Good. All right, we're on 5. You know 5 by now. Sing it with me now. 5 sit-to-stands. All right, bringing that bum close to the front of the chair. Walking those toes back so they're directly under those knees. But your foot is still flat on the floor. Hands are here or here. 5 sit-to-stands, all right? We got this. Here we go. Up and down. Whoo, up and down. Make sure that you're controlling the up as well as the down. 4. I think that was only 4. I hope this is 5. Up and down. I'm sorry, we might have just done 6. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Maybe you're counting on the other side. All right, are you ready for 4? 4 wall push-ups. Here we go. So coming to that wall, setting those hands, shoulders are back and down, core is tight, lowering down and pushing away. Lowering down and pushing away. Down and away. One more. Down and away. All right. Number 3. 3 back rows. There we go. Have that band up underneath those feet. Shoulders are back and down. Beautiful posture. Here we go. Up. Squeeze those shoulders back. Shoulder blades together. 2. It's the wrong thing. And one more time. Up. And back. All right. And 2 chin tucks. So set that finger. Just bring that face, that chin away from that hand. And together. And back. And together. And a squat with a sturdy chair. So there's your chair. Head and chest stay up. And we're going to squat down and up. Okay. Grab a drink of water. We're at number 12. This is number 12 already. Feels like this has gone really, really fast. Okay. So number 12. We're ready to do this, right? So you need your chair for this one. I'm going to turn my chair to the side just so you can see me, but you can leave your chair however you would like. So, on the 12th day of fitness, the FIM team gave to me 12 chair sit-ups. All right, remember what a chair sit-up looks like? I'm going to come close to the front edge of my chair. Now, I'm going to keep my eyes on the horizon and my chin tucked, okay? My hands can either be here on my thighs, crossed at my chest, or up like this, okay? I'm gonna leave mine on my thighs. What you're going to do, keeping your body straight, you're gonna lower down till you just about touch the back of that chair, and then up. Keeping your eyes on the horizon means that you aren't looking up or looking down. If you're looking up, it's gonna put really not great pressure on your neck. And we don't need any extra pressure on our necks, right? This is 6. I'm counting with my fingers, so hopefully I'm doing it right. 7. Good. Core is tight. You should feel that work in your core, and your feet should be flat on the floor. This is 9. If your feet are starting to come up off the floor, don't lean so far back. 10. We got 2 more. 1. And last one. Down and up. All right. I'm going to turn my chair so that it's facing you all again. Do you remember what 11 is? 11 V-step outs. So I want you to start with the other leg this time. So last time I started with this one. This time I'm going to start with this one because we're going to do 6 on this side and then 5 on this side. So I'm starting with this leg. Ready? Here we go. So forward and together. So you can do whatever you want with your hands. You can step it out a little fancy. You can keep it plain. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. Just have a little bit of fun with this. Sing some Christmas carols in your head. Okay, that was 6. Now we're going to lead with this leg for 5. So 1. Yes. 2. 3. 4. Last one. And 5. Together. Good. Okay, that was 11. 10 shoulder rolls. So we're going to start with 5 forward and then 5 back. Exaggerated shoulder rolls. Shoulder rolls. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 5 back. 1. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Remember 9? 9 hamstring curls. So I'm going to start with the leg that's farthest away from the camera this time, because the leg that you start with is going to do one more than the other leg. So we've been alternating. Okay, hold on to that chair for balance if you need it. You're going to just Flex that foot, bring that heel up close to that bum, but that kneecap is going to point straight down. 4, so my core is tight. I'm still maintaining that beautiful upright posture. This is 7, 8, and last one, 9. Okay, do you remember what 8 is? 8 tricep extensions. So pick up that band. So your hand is in the middle of that band, crossing to the opposite side of your chest, grabbing on close to those hands, or at least at that 90-degree angle. That elbow is tucked in. We're going to do 4 on each side. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. I think I counted. For goodness sake, I can't even count to 4 this morning. Okay, switch to the other side. So other hand is going across to the opposite side of your chest. Elbows tucked in. So 1, 2, 3, and last time, 4. Come up. Perfect. All right, that was 8. 7-step touches. Here we go. Standing behind your chair. You can do them sitting in your chair as well. I will show you what they look like sitting in your chair for the last one. So we're starting here. You ready? So step, touch. That's 1. Step, touch. 2. So you can do whatever you would like with your hands. 3, 4. I'm just having fun. 5, 6. One more. And there we go. That's number 7. 6 bicep curls. So you guys know that's 3 on each side. All right. So the one end of that band is underneath that foot. Other end is in the palm. Palm is facing forward. Inside of your elbow is facing forward. Shoulders are back and down. We're just going to bring that palm close to our shoulder. Your hand to bending at the elbow. One more up and down. Okay, switch to the other side. So shoulders are back and down. Inside that elbow is close to your body. Here we go. Up. 2 more. 2. Last one. Up. And down. All right. You remember 5. You know 5. I want to hear you singing 5. 5 sit-to-stands. All right. So bum is close to the front of that chair. You're walking those toes back until they're below those knees, but your feet are still flat on the floor. Hands are on your thighs or on your chair. Even if you have armrests, they can be there too. Ready? Here we go. Half up and down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Up. And down. Okay, I know we did 5 that time because I counted it with my fingers. You see them moving. Okay, remember 4? 4 wall push-ups. Here we go. Last time for this one. Setting those hands. Core is tight, lowering down and pushing away. Lower down and push away. 3. One more. 4. And push away. All right, number 3. 3 back rows. Okay, so that band goes up under those feet. Toes are going to point. Toes can be up or down. I just like mine to be down because it's more comfortable. Thumbs are at the side of your knees. Sitting up with that beautiful posture. You can have a bit of a forward lean if you like to, but you don't need to with the band. Here we go. Up and down. 2. And down. And last one. Up. And down. All right, you remember 2? 2 chin tucks. Okay, so finger goes on that chin. Last 2 we got to do. Bring it back and forward. Keep those eyes on the horizon. Back and forward. And our last one, a squat with a sturdy chair. Head and chest stay up, sticking that bum back. And come up. Woohoo! All right. That was really fun. Okay. That's it for our work for this morning. Grab a drink of water. And then what we're going to do is do some stretches, because even though It might not have felt like it because we were taking a pause in between and it wasn't like continuous work. Our bodies worked pretty hard. There was a lot of work that we did this morning. So we do need to do some stretching. So grab a drink of water. Yes, and then we're gonna do our stretches. So I wanna start with a standing stretch first. We're gonna stretch our calves. So I'm just gonna turn my chair so I can hold on to it. What we're gonna do is step back with one foot. Now that both of my feet are flat on the floor, both of my toes are pointing forward, my back leg is straight and my front knee is bent. And I'm just gonna lean forward until I feel the stretch in the calf of that back leg. Yes, I feel this stretch in my calf. Do you guys feel this stretch? I hope so. I'm just kind of breathe into it. Good, and bring those feet together. Let's do the other side. So other leg is gonna step back. Both of my feet are flat on the floor. Both of my toes are pointing straight forward. Back leg is straight, front knee is bent, and I'm just leaning my weight towards that front bent knee until I feel the stretch in the calf of my straight leg. This one, that one. Take some nice deep breaths here. All right, and you can release that. Now we're gonna sit in our chair. I'll put my chair right in the middle. Okay, so we're gonna start with a hamstring stretch. So you're sitting at about the middle of your chair. You're not sitting at the back of your chair. One leg out in front of you, heel is down, toe is up, but not flexed. That leg is going to be straight or slightly bent. Finding those hip bones, you're just sitting up with that beautiful posture, and then you're just hinging forward at the hips until you can feel that stretch in the back of your leg. So when I say hinging forward, I mean keep your back as straight as it was when you had your upright posture. Don't bend at those shoulders and don't bend at the lower back. The better your posture is, probably the least you have to move. That didn't make sense. So if you're sitting up with really good posture, you probably don't have to move very far forward until you feel the stretch. That made more sense. There we go. All right, breathe through this. Okay, let's switch to the other side. So other leg, heel is down, toe is up, but that foot is not flexed. You can have a slight bend in that knee or straight, sitting up with that beautiful posture. And then you're just going to hinge forward until you feel the stretch in the back of that thigh or maybe even in the back of your knee. Now I've got my hand on this leg, but I'm not applying any pressure. So if you could put your hand here if you would like, but if you want to add pressure, do it on this leg instead. Because that leg doesn't need any more pressure. It's probably stretching just fine the way it is. Okay. And release that. Okay, you can sit a little bit farther in your chair. We're gonna reach one hand. Oh, I hit myself in the antler. One hand all the way up to the ceiling, other arm down to the floor. You're gonna reach those two apart from each other. Reach, 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 reach. You should feel a nice stretch in your side. Now to increase that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna reach still up, but slightly over. So you feel a little stretch here, but I'm not bending necessarily at my arm. It's still straight. And come back to the middle. Now take this hand and drop it down to the back of your neck. This is gonna give your tricep a stretch. For some people, this is really uncomfortable because of their shoulder mobility. If you can do this one, fabulous, leave it here. If this doesn't work for you, what you can do is take that hand, come around, pat yourself on the back, and then you're gonna reach above your elbow and give a little push to give that tricep a stretch. So whether you're doing this one, or this one, I totally just hit myself right in the face with my arm. Okay, there we go. Or this one, you're still stretching your tricep. I forgot I had the antlers on. All right, release that. Roll those shoulders back and down. Let's do the other side. Reach up, 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 up. Reaching up with this hand and down with this hand. I'll give a nice stretch between the two. And still having that beautiful posture. Reaching up, 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 up. Trying to get the Christmas cookies on the top shelf that you put there so you wouldn't eat them before Christmas. All right, now still reaching up, but slightly over to give a little stretch in your side. Now come back to the middle. And again, if dropping that hand to your back, I can feel this tricep stretch just like this. If you need a little bit more, you can push a little bit from the front. And if it's tricky for your shoulder, remember what I showed you with the last one. You're just gonna take that hand, come around to your back, kind of push above your elbow until you feel a stretch in that tricep. Whichever one works for you is perfect. All right, and release that. Roll those shoulders back and down. We're gonna do a shoulder stretch now. So you're gonna have one arm straight out in front, and you're gonna bring it across your body, grabbing on with the other hand to bring it close. Now this shoulder should be away from your ear. You can grab on above the elbow or below. I just like it below. It doesn't matter which one works for you. You're just gonna feel that stretch in that shoulder. And you're gonna feel it even more if you make that effort to pull that shoulder away from your ear. One more breath here. And release that. All right, let's do the other side. So other arm is straight out in front, bringing it across your body, having that other arm help it come across, and walk it, making sure that you're pulling that shoulder away from your ear. One more breath. Good. Again, roll those shoulders back and down. We're gonna do a little bit of a neck stretch. So this ear is gonna come to that shoulder. That should feel really nice. We're gonna hold it here for a moment. And then what we're gonna do is you're gonna take your nose and you're gonna point your nose down towards your armpit. Just that different angle might stretch your neck in a different place, and maybe that's the place it actually needs to be stretched. Good, and come back up to the middle. Take a breath here at the middle. Okay, and now drop the ear to the other shoulder. Good. Yes. All right, now take that nose and point it down towards your armpit. Change that angle of that stretch just a little bit. And come back to the middle. All right, roll those shoulders back and down. Chest stretch to end, hands come into the middle. You're gonna reach open with those arms, shoulders are down, finding that level that your arms need to be at so you feel the stretch through your chest and into that upper arm. So some people's arms need to be higher, some need to be lower. It doesn't matter where your arms are, as long as your shoulders are down and you're feeling the stretch in your chest and into your upper arm. This feels really good. Let's bring it together. Let's do it one more time just because it's awesome. Open up. Yes. And release that. Let's take a nice deep breath in and blow it out. And one more time in and out. All right. And that's it for this morning. Thank you so much to everyone who joined me this morning in this live class. So today is December 14th. And so there is one more live class next week. Kimberly will be doing that one on Tuesday, and then we are going to take the next week off. So I hope that you guys have a beautiful Christmas, and thank you so much for joining me this morning. Bye.